I used to think the world ended with a scream. Turns out sometimes it ends with an auctioneer's gavel. My name is Ava Sinclair, and 3 months ago I was a college graduate working 2 jobs, trying to keep the last pieces of my father's failed life from collapsing. Tonight I'm standing under a chandelier that probably costs more than my soul, while men in black suits decide what I'm worth. I don't even remember how they got me here. One minute I was outside a lawyer's office signing something I didn't understand, the next I was shoved into a car and told to keep quiet if I wanted to settle my father's debts. The air smells like expensive perfume and fear. Women in silver dresses carry trays of champagne as if this is just another party. Somewhere a violin plays. Lot 47, the announcer says, and my stomach drops when I realize he means me. A spotlight hits my face. My wrists tremble behind my back, but I keep my chin high. If they're going to sell me, I won't give them tears. The bids start low. 500,000. 800. I can hear laughter, the sharp kind men use when they already know they've won. Then the number jumps. A voice in the back, calm, deep, and bored. 10 million. Everything stops. Even the violinist hesitates. The crowd turns to see who spoke, and I follow their eyes to a man sitting alone, no mask, no smile. He looks out of place here. Too still, too quiet. His hair is dark, his suit perfectly tailored, but it's his eyes that catch me. Silver gray like moonlight on metal. They don't wander over me like the others. They hold me steady as if he's studying a memory he's been waiting to recognize. The auctioneer clears his throat, tries to stir excitement. No one bids higher. The gavel falls. Sold. A dozen thoughts crash through my head. Relief, disgust, anger. $10 million for a person. For me. They take me off the stage through a narrow corridor. My legs shake, but I refuse to stumble. A man in black gloves opens a door to the street. A black limousine waits. The door opens and there he is again. Miss Sinclair, he says, voice quiet but commanding. Get in. I almost laugh. You can't possibly think. I can, he interrupts, tone smooth as steel. And you should if you want to live long enough to hate me for it. The chill in his voice shuts me up. I slide into the car, still shaking. Inside it's silent. No music, no conversation. The city lights flash through tinted glass as we drive. After a few minutes I can't stand it anymore. So what now? You put me in a cage until you get bored. He doesn't look at me. No cage. No harm. You'll stay at my estate until your contract expires. 5 years or until you choose to leave. Leave. I bark a laugh. You bought me. He glances at me, then eyes so cold they almost burn. I bought your freedom from men who would have used you far worse. I open my mouth but nothing comes out. The words hang between us, heavy, impossible. When the car stops I see mountains instead of city lights. We've driven for hours without me noticing. He steps out first, offering his hand. I ignore it, stepping onto the gravel driveway, determined to show I'm not afraid. The air smells like rain and pine. Then it hits me, we're in the middle of nowhere. I turn to run. Maybe I can make it into the woods, maybe someone will help. I sprint a few steps before a hand catches my arm. Not roughly but fast, impossibly fast. He pulls me back and for a second I swear I see something in his face that doesn't belong to a human being. His eyes glint silver again, brighter this time. I stop breathing. You shouldn't run from me, he says quietly. Not again. Before I can ask what he means, the world tilts. My vision blurs. The last thing I feel is the warmth of his hand catching me as darkness pulls me under. When I wake, sunlight is spilling through tall windows. The sheets under me are silk. For a second I think I've dreamed everything, until I see the man from last night standing by the door. Good morning, he says. You're safe here. Safe. My voice cracks. You bought me. He doesn't flinch. Adrian Wolfe. He says as if that name explains everything. This house is mine. No one here will touch you. I don't thank him. I don't trust him. I just look around the room. Marble floors, paintings older than the country, a view of endless forest. No cell service, no car in sight. At breakfast the staff treat him like royalty. They barely look at me. When I try to ask how to leave, one of them murmurs that the master will arrange everything. The words make my skin crawl. That night I find a locked door at the end of a hallway. Curiosity wins. I pick the latch with a hairpin, step into a room lined with books and old photographs. In one frame, a man stands beside a 1920s car. He has the same face as Adrian Wolfe. The floor creaks. "You shouldn't be here," he says from behind me. I spin around. "Who are you?" My voice shakes but I hold my ground. "You haven't aged in 100 years. What are you?" He sighs, stepping closer. The air around him feels charged, like a storm about to break. "You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Try me." His eyes flash silver again, brighter this time. His voice changes, deeper, older. "I'm not human, Ava. I'm what your stories call an alpha, leader of a pack that hides in plain sight." I laugh, but it comes out broken. "You expect me to believe you're a werewolf? Do you remember the woods when you were 10? He asks quietly. "The animal that chased you? The one that stopped when you fell, that looked into your eyes before disappearing?" My breath catches. "I've spent my life trying to forget that night." "It was me," he says. "You were marked that night. I've kept you safe ever since." "No," I shake my head, stepping back. "You're insane." But my wrist burns suddenly, a faint gold glow under the skin. Adrian's face hardens. "The Luna's mark," he whispers. "It's begun." The air feels too thick to breathe. "What are you talking about?" He looks at me as if he's seeing destiny take shape. "You weren't sold to me, Ava. You were returned. You are meant for me, the Luna born in human form." Outside, thunder rolls across the mountains. I don't know if I want to scream or faint. The storm wakes me hours later. The house is shaking under the wind. Somewhere below I hear shouting, and growls that don't sound human. I run downstairs. The great hall is chaos. Men, no wolves, half-shifted, claws and teeth flashing in the lightning. Adrian is fighting one of them, movements too fast to follow. Then I hear a voice. "End this, Adrian. She's not one of us." It's his second-in-command, Marcus. His eyes are red with rage. "A human Luna will destroy everything." "She's not human anymore," Adrian growls. Marcus lunges. I scream his name, but before I can reach him, something inside me snaps. Heat floods my body, a golden light bursts from my hands, and Marcus is thrown across the room like a rag doll. Everyone stops. Even the thunder seems to pause. Adrian turns to me, stunned. "Ava." I barely hear him. The mark on my wrist is blazing. My heartbeat matches his. I feel his pain, his fear, everything. It's as if we share the same pulse. Marcus rises again, knife in hand, and I see him move before anyone else does. I shout, "No," and run forward, but Adrian catches the blade meant for me. The sound it makes, the sound of metal sliding into flesh, will haunt me forever. He falls. I drop beside him, pressing my hands to the wound. "Don't you dare," I whisper. "Don't you die on me." He smiles weakly. "You were never mine to own," he says, voice barely a breath. "Only mine to protect." Something in me breaks wide open. Light surges from my chest into him, searing hot. The knife clatters to the floor. His wound closes, flesh knitting itself in front of my eyes. My body trembles, energy pouring out until there's nothing left but silence. When I open my eyes, he's breathing again. And I know I'm different. My heartbeat is slower, deeper. The fear that ruled me is gone. Adrian stands, steady, stronger than before. Around us, the others kneel, wolves bowing their heads. Not to him. To me. He looks at me with something between awe and surrender. "You saved me." I shake my head. "We saved each other." Outside, the storm fades. Dawn slips through the shattered windows. The pack howls, a single sound rising into the morning air. Not mourning, but allegiance. I step outside, the wind cold against my skin, and watch the sun climb over the mountains. For the first time in my life, I don't feel owned, trapped, or afraid. Once I was bought by the billionaire Alpha. Now I stand beside him, free, equal, and unbreakable. And somewhere deep inside, the wolf in me finally answers his call. If you love the stories, like, comment, and subscribe for more.